So I'm getting in the habit of, on a frequent basis, making ground jerky sticks for my boys. I have 3 young boys, they eat a lot, and we need a healthy snack. So I don't want to take too much time doing this. It's very simple. All it is ground meat, salt, pepper, a few other little things, and a dehydrator. I'm going to show you how easy it is. This will be a quick video. Enjoy. So I thawed out the last of our ground deer from the season. Literally the entire deer I used and made meat sticks and jerky with it. And the rest is some ground grass-fed cow. So all natural deer and cow. First I gotta weigh this. So this is 7 pounds of meat in here. These ground meat bags that I use when I butcher things are the best. It doesn't leave any airspace in between, and the meat will last a long time. It's almost like vacuum sealing. Nice dark deer meat. Grass-fed burger. So that's 7 pounds of meat right there. I'm just gonna mix it up with my hands. I washed my hands already, obviously. Just straight beef is good, just straight deer is good, just straight moose is good, just straight elk is good. Literally any ground meat you have. Okay, now where's my recipe? So, meat. Measuring. Brown sugar. Salt. I just happen to have coarse salt. You can use finer salt, doesn't matter. Pepper. And for garlic powder, I'm going to use our freeze-dried garlic that we grow on the farm, or we used to grow. I freeze-dried so much of it, I don't really need anything anymore. So this is 7 pounds, 7 teaspoons. This is quite potent, so I'm going to do a little bit less of this. 7 of black pepper. 7 of salt. Brown sugar. But more sugar, your kids will like it even more if you have a hard time getting them to eat meat. Because it's like a treat, but obviously sugar isn't that great for you. Then, just for a little extra, I personally like paprika, or this is a smoked paprika. So I'm just going to eyeball a little bit of that. Gives it some color maybe too. And I personally like Worcestershire sauce, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that. Not very much. This is the prepper size jug. And this is what you got. So all your spices are there. Take your hands, mix it up evenly. So pound it flat. Boy, it smells like jerky already. And cover it with saran wrap. Put this in your refrigerator for at least 24 hours. I'm going out of town, so it's going to be in there for 2.5, even 3 days, depending on when I get to it. I'll see you in a couple days. And we're back 3 days later. So what do I need? My Jerky Gun and the Vevor Dehydrator. So this is the biggest one Vevor sells. So Vevor's slogan's tough tools, half the price. It's a good deal. Works very, very well. I'm going to fire it up. 167 I have, and I'm going to do it for 5 hours. I have that set already. And easy as that. So my meat is nice, and all of those spices, salt and sugar, are nice and in the meat now. Nice big racks on the Vevor Dehydrator, and this is a 10 rack, their biggest one. Grab a clump of meat, shove it in the jerky tube. And feel the dehydrator getting nice and warm. Now it's cold outside. You could do this in the oven, but you can only do so much in the oven. And a smoker, you could get some smoke flavor, but it's like minus 20 Celsius outside. And it doesn't work very good, my smoker, in the cold. So this is just the easiest way, dehydrator on the counter, and the quickest way to make meat sticks. The nice thing about the Vevor is you can set the exact temperature and a timer, so it'll turn off in 5 hours. I'll also set an alarm on my phone. The Jerky Gun comes with 2 attachments, one for strips and one for meat sticks. I'll just do the meat sticks, I guess. I'll go the long way. It's a little bit of a wrist workout, so you don't have to go to the gym with this Jerky Gun, but not too bad. You can get battery-operated ones if you don't want a little workout, but I don't mind. They don't want to force it into the stainless racking of whatever you're using, like this Vevor Dehydrator. You just want to kind of loosely lay it on the top so it doesn't get stuck in there on you. It'll come off super easy. And then it's easy to clean the racks too. Right into the machine that's on. Getting up to temperature fast. Easy peasy. You don't stuff it in thick, you just put little clumps in so it falls to the bottom for you. And then you can fill it right up from one end. Tray number 2. So last little bit on the tray. I could have put probably 10 to 12 pounds if I wanted to in this dehydrator. When you buy a dehydrator, get the biggest one that you can so you can make each batch count. So this Vevor Dehydrator is very simple, 10 racks. This is their large one. They have a few different sizes. On, off, light, control your temperature, control the time of how long it's on. 10 nice size racks like this. And all it is a good fan at the back that blows through a electric heating element and blows through the fins out the front. It's got lots of air movement. You can feel it. It already smells good in the shop. That's it. See you in 5 hours. Alrighty, I'm done my day. So the alarm went off at 5 hours. It was how I liked it. The wife said she wanted it a little more done. Just simply added an extra hour and a half. And then it shuts off and it's done. So then take it out. And that is the finished product. Beautiful. These racks are quite nice and fine, actually. Just kind of roll it off. Doesn't stick too bad. I don't coat my racks with anything. I just try to put it on light. So now I know for next time I just set it for 5 hours for how I like it. Or actually, this is pretty darn good. I think my kids will prefer this too. And again, no nitrates. So we have red meat, so deer and beef, sugar, salt, pepper, garlic, and then whatever other spices you want. This time I put some Worcestershire and paprika. It is excellent. It's the perfect amount of sweet sugar and saltiness, and barely I can even taste the pepper in it. I prefer it spicy, but let's face it, I'm only 1 out of 5 in my family. So this is mostly for healthy snacks for my kids. Next, I have a whole whack of herbs to do. We could freeze dry them, but we're just going to use this dehydrator. This has pretty fine mesh. It's not even a 1/4 inch, or about a 1/4 inch. So you can lay out our mint leaves and rosemary and thyme and stuff for teas, and my wife adds that stuff to soap and things. So before you spend the money on a big freeze dryer that's $5,000, I think this one is like $300, the biggest one from Vevor. And I'll just have to wash those. See how much dripped. It's got a nice drip tray, barely dripped anything. So gotta wash that. Give those a rinse down. And that's that. So I'm going to just cut this in manageable sizes that fit in a Ziploc bag. And I'll weigh it as well. And then I do put all of this in the freezer. And then whenever we want some, we take it out of the freezer and eat it. So again, I don't put nitrates in because of our kids. They frankly get enough nitrates from any sort of boughton sausage and stuff like that. And it's best, the Vevor shuts off by itself after the timer, and then you can just let it kind of cool itself down for a bit. This is still lukewarm. So I'll just leave the bag open a little bit. So it's a little greasy, and then when it dries right out, it'll be much less greasy. Whew, that's a lot of meat sticks. All in one bag, maybe? 4.4 pounds. So what did we start out with? 7 pounds, and you know, not quite cut in half from the moisture. Pretty good. So that's about as good as it gets. That's a go-to recipe, our go-to recipe. You don't get sick of it. Kids love it. Again, if it was just for me, I would double up the pepper, cayenne pepper, chili, give it some more zing, probably more Worcestershire sauce, stuff like that. More flavor, but this you don't get sick of. So this, kids' lunches, quick snack, that's meat, salt, pepper, and of course a little bit of sugar. So you kind of need that sugar to make it taste good, but you could leave it out, I guess, just salt and pepper, and if you're doing keto or something, but a little bit of sugar is okay. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. I'll be doing this because it's so simple in about another week for my family.